help, I think?
No.
Yeah. You see that light ring in your eyes.
Good. You guys just missed Craig talking about how he's utterly handsome and diabolical. That's not really
Diabolical? Wow. All right, so that's...
Sorry the show's late today. It's my fault. So I know we're mixing things up a little bit.
Mixing things up. I like it. Trying to keep it fresh.
Craig told me he's gone. I have sunglasses on because I have zero makeup on, and this light shining so bright on me. I gotta take this off. It's gonna drive me nuts.
All right. Welcome to the show, everyone. Hello, Jessica. Hello, Brad.
Oh, I can't read that, though. That's bad.
Brad says the future's so bright. All right. So we got a great show for you, as always.
Yes.
This show is just so. I always say we have a great show, so we got a mediocre show for you guys.
That's really not true.
If you tuned in last week, you might as well tune out today. It's not going to be great.
Why? What was last week? Last week was the one we pre-recorded that I scheduled late.
Did we? Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, where we were in the basement, where Jeff was like, blink if you need to be saved.
That was funny.
Which I thought was funny.
That was funny.
Jeff. Yeah.
All right. Hi, Rachel. All right, so here's what we got going for you today. FHA just released their new condo rules that actually, I believe they took effect October 15th, I believe.
Yep.
So we are just getting this information out there right on perfect timing.
Yeah, absolutely.
You took your glasses off.
I did, I know. I feel like super pale skin. Like I need some color everywhere. The light's washing me out today.
Who would have guessed that?
Whatever. If only I was a guy that could just roll out of bed and throw some gel in my hair and grab one of the 14 of the same shirts I have in my closet and then go do a video.
Right? It's way easier for us.
It is way easier for you guys. It's not fair.
Listen, it goes back to the whole Adam and Eve thing. You guys made them eat that apple, and then boom. Now life's harder for you girls. I don't know what to do.
Let's not get into that debate. No religion, no politics. And what's the other one? Something else. I don't know. You're not supposed to talk about.
I think it's just politics and religion.
Is it? I don't know.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway, I'm just kidding, everyone. Okay.
So number 5 was supposed to be, Craig already announced it.
Ooh, number 5. Boom. Nailed it. I'm already done. Hey, Rachel. Hey, Cynthia. Okay, so yeah, October 15th was when this went in effect.
Yep.
Made him eat the apple. Like I said,
just chose to eat it.
We're just trying to stir the pot today, folks.
Exactly.
I can see my face game right now.
Yes, already in the beginning of the video. It's always my goal.
I'm gonna look like a tomato. Okay, so we're gonna move quickly to number 4 then, because number 5, as we will say it one more time, that's one that doesn't really need to go that far into detail, but October 15th is when it went into effect. So if you have a buyer that's buying a condo, or maybe they were turned down for a condo recently and they haven't found something yet, talk to their lender again. There's new rules.
Maybe. Yeah.
Okay. So number 4, what do you got, Hanson?
Number 4 is a little complicated and long, so I apologize ahead of time. But FHA is extending the recertification deadline for approved condo projects from 2 to 3 years. And it will ensure that more mixed-use projects or those with more commercial space are eligible for condos. So they can now have up to 35% of their square footage dedicated to non-residential use. So for us, we have a lot of new construction and new commercial things going up. This means that up to 35% of their square footage can actually be residential use.
Wow.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Condos.
That's kind of new.
Yeah.
I don't think we have a ton of those because there haven't been a ton of mixed-use buildings like that in our area. Mm-hmm. And largely because they couldn't do it with FHA previously.
So that's kind of cool. That's kind of wordy, but kind of cool. Yeah.
Which might change the way some developments go in the future,
Yeah. I know they're putting those new condos up in Munster, right? Next to the park.
But at Centennial Park or whatever? I think
Centennial Park.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't think those aren't mixed use, are they? I think they're just
residential. I don't know. And I know like Crown Point, for instance, right along the north end of the square by, I know there's some restaurants over there now, but right where the McDonald's is on the north end of the square or whatever.
Yep.
On the second and third floor, some of those buildings are condos and the main floors are commercial spaces. So something like that might apply. For all questions, though, make sure you double check with your favorite lender that does FHA loans.
Yes, absolutely.
They should know these things.
Yes.
Okay, number 3. What's this? You can now have up to 50% owner-occupied and 50% tenant. Why do you have to say, Nicole wrote the notes for the show. She said, now you can have up to 50% owner-occupied and 50% renter. I mean, that goes without
rented,
saying.
sorry.
That goes without saying, though.
But
No,
not necessarily.
50-50, obviously.
Yeah.
What else can they have? Another 50%?
Maybe. I don't know.
No, there's only 100%.
Whatever. I had to spell it out because when you say it on the show, you have to say it. 50% owner occupied, and the other half can be rented. And I think right now it's either 30 or 35%.
Well, right now, because remember, going back to number 5, October 15th, it went into effect. So right now, it can be 50-50.
Whatever.
Oh, and just to clarify for everyone else, it's 50% renter and 50% owner occupied.
Any of our lenders out there, can you verify what the old percentage used to be? It's either 30 or 35%.
Steve, hey David, hello.
So anyway.
Yeah. Anyway, that's good. It used to be, I believe it used to be 35%. So that is a big increase. Like we have a big condo complex, Port Duluth, where it traditionally has had more rentals, I think, than, and I think it wasn't allowed, but it might be okay now.
I know there's a big condo place in Maryville too. I can't remember the name of it. And I had a buyer that was rejected once because there was too many
Taft
rentals.
or whatever.
Yeah,
I know what you're talking about. 75th, I think it is.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, that's a nice building. That one, that elevator. Yeah. Okay. So that's it. I think that's it with that. You know, again, with a lot of these, we're just kind of touching on the surface of this.
Yes.
But if you have a real question, obviously talk to a lender. You know. But again, more buyers can get qualified now. Okay. Hit us with number 2, Hanson. She wrote this one, and her handwriting I can barely read.
So this is, again, kind of wordy, but individual condo units that have 10 or more units may be eligible for on-the-spot approval for FHA if no more than 10% of the units are FHA insured. So, you know, we know that in this area there are rarely condos that are FHA. It's very rare, and you need to check with the lenders on that. But if it's 10 units or more, now they may be eligible for FHA if no more than 10% of those units are FHA.
Yeah.
I know.
That really, again, sounds like one that you just ask your lender.
Yeah. And then buildings with less than 10 units can have, more than 2 units? Yeah, no more than 2 units can have FHA insurance. So if it's a 5 unit or a 6 unit, 6 units are most common, I think, around here. They can have no more than 2 units. So they can only have 1, and then your buyer would then be the second one.
Yeah.
So,
which is really cool because previously, prior to October 15th, 2019, it was very difficult to get a smaller condo complex like that approved.
Yeah.
And quite frankly, though, a lot of them weren't built like that.
Yeah. And this rolls into number 1.
Number 1.
All condos do not qualify for FHA. We had a lead, a lender told them that, after October 15th, you can buy any condo with an FHA loan. No, that's not true. Condo associations have covenants and restrictions, rules and regulations. The condos have to approve FHA to be part of the condos first before any of this other stuff applies. So don't think just because, HUD said, yes, you can do this now, that our local condos are actually going to.
I don't think the condo bylaws have to approve whether they allow FHA or not. I don't think so.
No?
I don't know how they can...
Because my sticking point on that is the common area insurance. Like, how do you work the insurance for the common area when it's FHA?
Well, usually that's all part of the HOA dues and stuff like that. So that's part of that. And I think before, it's common ownership too of all that,
That's
which is
what
weird.
I mean. So I don't know how you're going to do FHA versus conventional.
I don't know. That's a great question. Good question for a lender.
Yeah, right? Any lenders want to chime in? I know there's a couple on here right now. Put it in the comments. Let us know what your thoughts are.
Let us know what your thoughts are.
What else do you have to say about that?
I think that's really about it. Yeah, I know none of them are going to be that realtor that says, hey, all condos qualify for FHA because they watched our show.
Right.
So they're going to be good. But tell your friends and other real estate agents in the business, if you ever hear anyone say, hey, all condos are approvable now, that's not true.
No.
It's not true. But more of them are. A lot more of them are. And it used to be a situation where the association had to basically register and fill out a bunch of paperwork for FHA to get approved, and then that approval process only lasted 1 year. Now it's much better now. It's much easier to get something. So so again, if you had a buyer that was considering condos but they couldn't get financing for them or something, you might be able to get them now. I think that's the main key.
That is the main takeaway, I think, from the video. All condos do not qualify for FHA, even with the new updated guidelines.
Yeah, and two, I always train our agents with, okay, you always have to ask the right approval authority.
Yes.
You most of the time, real estate agents do not have all the answers, and you probably should not, because things change. Even this changed October 15th. It changed in the middle of a month. It wasn't like a January 1st thing or anything. It was just in the middle of the month. FHA is authorizing all this new stuff for condos. So again, when I say you got to ask the right person, is if your buyer is trying to get financing, you probably ask the mortgage person. If it's something about insurance, ask the insurance agent. Don't try to answer those questions if you're not 100% sure.
Yeah, I know the lenders have some system they run it through, because if I go to show a condo and it actually says it's FHA, I'll check with the lender and say, hey, is this really FHA approved? Because a lot of times, I hate to say it, sometimes the FHA gets on there and it's really not true on the condos.
Yeah.
So I normally check that, especially if I have an FHA buyer that wants a condo. I normally check that ahead of time just to make sure that it actually is.
I don't check it. I call the lender and just say, hey, this,
I check with the lender. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, okay. I thought you were saying you were checking the website
No,
yourself.
how am I checking that? I don't know.
You
how to
did
check
just
that.
say check the website.
No, I just said I check on it. I check with the lender.
Anyway, yeah, I just call the lender. I just call the lender and say, hey, this guy wants to buy a condo, can he? Or she.
I think you're splitting hairs at this point now.
Yeah, we're just trying to round out the show.
Are we?
No. All right. Thanks,
Craig's
everyone.
gonna be gone next week. I think we're gonna try. Maybe a split video.
Probably not.
Oh, we're not gonna do that.
I'm gonna be in San Francisco at the NAR.
Yeah. I
annual
think that's
convention.
a good idea to split the screen to try it.
Split the video.
See if we can make
Dutch
some
video?
tech work. Wink, wink.
Why would you wink that? I don't even know what that means.
Because we're terrible at tech. Like we can't even get that.
Yeah.
Although one of my agents did say she made up a theme song for us. And
Really?
Yes,
I
and
like
I'm
theme
excited.
songs. I like
Because I'm
theme
going to get it
songs.
on a cassette player and play it right down here.
A
so it
cassette
plays.
player? You have a cassette player?
Oh,
Is that
don't.
how did she record it on a cassette anyway? What is wrong with you?
Don't lie. You know how
Yeah.
to you know how to record on cassettes.
No, but I don't own one. I don't even actually. My car has the cassette thing in it.
Thank
still.
you.
Isn't that weird?
It probably has an 8-track too. No one knew.
It probably does not.
Really?
Whatever.
Because you're super old school. I would assume 8-track cassette, CD player with the disc skip just sits right there.
The disc skip?
Yeah, you know it had the anti-skipping thing that you mounted in your car back when we were teenagers.
Oh, she's such a nut.
Did you never do that?
No.
Oh, you weren't
No.
cool enough. Hmm. Did you record like the cassette? Did you record on the radio the songs you like? Don't